Today we are going to the Rotherwood Mansion in Kingsport, Tennessee. Built in 1818 by Reverend Frederick Ross, the brick mansion was home to him, his wife, and his daughter, Rowena. Rowena was a beautiful girl who decided to marry a young man from a neighboring town. On their wedding day, the young man decided to go fishing in a nearby river, and his boat capsized and he drowned. Rowena became very depressed and locked herself in her room for 2 years. Who locks themselves in a room for 2 years? I'm stuck in my room for a day and I get bored. Eventually, she met another man and they were engaged when he died of yellow fever before their wedding. Then guess what she did? She locked herself in her room for another 10 years. Rowena would find love again and end up getting married to Edward Temple in 1850. And then she did it again, but this time it was 10 years. Rowena, you've got to deal with depression. Go see a therapist or something. The two had a daughter named Theodosia Ross. They seemed happy for about 6 years until Rowena traveled to Rotherwood to see her father, and one night she put on her original wedding dress and walked right into the river where her first fiancé died and she drowned. People report seeing a beautiful girl in a white gown near the river at times. Her death devastated the Reverend, at which time he began to lose his fortune and had to sell Rotherwood to Joshua Phillips, who was a notoriously evil man. The Reverend freed as many of his slaves as he could before the sale was final. Reverend Ross died in Huntsville, Alabama in 1883. Philip was said to have been very cruel to his slaves, even killing a few of them. Phillips had a daughter named Priscilla who fell in love with a young man who had been called to serve in the Civil War. Phillips did not particularly like this young man, so he arranged to have him killed. Once his daughter had found out what he did, she fell into a deep depression and died of a broken heart at age 20. In the summer of 1861, Joshua Phillips would fall ill. Many doctors that came to examine him could not diagnose his illness. It was said that one of his mistreated slaves cursed him and the house. He passed away in the carriage house. Over the years, Rotherwood changed hands several times and is currently being restored and is a private residence. When the property was renovated in the 1940s, a construction worker claimed to have seen an apparition form right from the wall. The black-suited man chased the worker right out of the house. When interviewed, the current owner stated she heard all of the ghost stories prior to moving in and admitted she does hear creaks and groans and old house noises. This place is definitely haunted. I'll see you guys next time.